Welcome back. We have some very sad breaking entertainment news to share with you. TMZ is reporting that Malcolm-Jamal Warner, probably best known for his role on The Cosby Show, has died. People reports that the 54-year-old was in Costa Rica on a family vacation and accidentally drowned while swimming.
Malcolm-Jamal Warner is gone, and the official explanation sounds simple until you start asking the next question. A wave, a gasp, and a frantic scramble on a Costa Rican beach. One of television's most familiar faces disappears beneath a rip current, and within hours, headlines stamp the verdict, accident. Yet as the tide recedes, stray details refuse to line up. Lifeguards are missing, eyewitness videos are missing, even the timeline itself keeps shifting, while Warner's own family hints at something far darker than bad luck. Tonight, we wade into those gaps, sift through the rumors, and revisit the eerily prophetic words Malcolm left behind just 48 hours before the ocean claimed him. Malcolm-Jamal Warner touched down in Puerto Viejo de Talamanca during the third week of July 2025, eager for what friends called an easygoing family reunion. The evening before his death, he was seen outside a seaside cafe, laughing with his daughter and two cousins beneath strings of fairy lights. Sunday noon came bright and postcard clear, though tide tables quietly warned of an aggressive pull building offshore.
Stunning death of actor Malcolm-Jamal Warner.
Breaking entertainment news, Malcolm-Jamal Warner has died.
Malcolm-Jamal Warner, dead at the age of 54 on a drowning.
Shortly after 2:15, Warner and a cousin waded into the turquoise shallows of Playa Cocles. Within minutes, onlookers saw both men yanked seaward, swallowed by the frothing rip currents for which Cocles is infamous. Surfers and an off-duty doctor paddled out, managed to haul the pair back to sand, yet Warner was already unresponsive. Paramedics worked for nearly 20 minutes before declaring him dead at 2:42 p.m. A later autopsy cited accidental drowning by asphyxiation. On paper, the chain of events looks tragically straightforward until you notice how many surrounding details refuse to stay consistent. Cocles is the beach travel bloggers gush over. Palm-fringed, reggae-echoed, pura vida incarnate, yet veteran lifeguards describe it as a shark wearing lipstick. Beneath the postcard water lurk sneaker waves and rips strong enough to tow a 200-pound adult a quarter-mile offshore before they can scream. After a triple drowning in 2023, residents begged for full-time patrols. Funding arrived.
Welcome back. We have some very sad breaking entertainment news to share with you. TMZ is reporting that Malcolm-Jamal Warner, probably best known for his role on The Cosby Show, has died.
Then quietly evaporated. By mid-2025, only volunteers remained, and July 20th happened to be their one unscheduled shift swap. A single red warning flag flapped behind rental umbrellas, half hidden in the bright clutter. If officials already knew Cocles could kill without warning, why leave the shore unguarded on a sunny tourist weekend? Their later apology, resource constraints now corrected, felt less like comfort and more like a smokescreen poured over raw nerves. Inside Warner's circle, the word accident has never fully settled. Family members, according to sources who spoke off the record, hired an Atlanta-based investigative firm just 2 weeks after the funeral, instructing them to reconstruct every hour between the podcast upload and Warner's final breath. Leaked emails reveal 3 questions keeping relatives awake at night. First, did Malcolm collapse, or was he drugged before he ever touched the water? Second, why do eyewitness stories diverge on whether he called for help or seemed conscious as the current dragged him away? And third, how did local authorities close the file with what the family calls unusual haste?
People reports that the 54-year-old was in Costa Rica on a family vacation and accidentally drowned while swimming.
Death of actor Malcolm-Jamal Warner.
Breaking entertainment news, Malcolm-Jamal Warner has died.
Malcolm-Jamal Warner, dead at the age of 54.
Bypassing deeper forensic tests and cell phone metadata sweeps that could have ruled out manipulation. Until those avenues are explored or deliberately blocked, the people who loved him most remain convinced that something more than bad luck pulled Malcolm-Jamal Warner under. Just 48 hours before the drowning, Warner's gravel-warm baritone filled earbuds worldwide in a Not All Hood episode titled "Survival is Excellence." He argued that merely existing as a black man in America often means outrunning systems designed for your surrender. Mid-episode, he dropped a line now etched in every conspiracy thread. When the ocean of life keeps trying to pull you under, excellence is the fight to breathe, again and again. Listeners loved the metaphor, until an actual ocean pulled him under. In hindsight, each syllable feels prophetic. Was it? Or are grief-stricken admirers pattern-matching meaning onto coincidence? Grief, after all, is a professional detective with perfect hindsight. Warner's death ricocheted through a community already hyper-alert to what can happen when outspoken black creatives refuse to color inside Hollywood's lines.
It made me think of black excellence in a different way, right? Like because black excellence now is attributed to fame and money.
Never.
So that's been my issue.
Never for me.
With it. But
Nipsey Hussle was gunned down moments after championing economic self-sufficiency in South Los Angeles. Jamie Foxx collapsed into a cloud of rumor days after hinting on Instagram Live that the industry exploits its artists. Martin Lawrence's 1996 Boulevard breakdown, where he waved a pistol and screamed, "They're trying to kill me," was hurriedly painted as a drug episode despite hospital staff denying any substances were involved. Different decades, different circumstances, yet the undercurrent feels consistent. Whenever a black public figure cranks up uncomfortable truths about power, calamity isn't far behind. Skeptics call it coincidence or confirmation bias. Believers see a breadcrumb trail growing clearer with each new tragedy. The internet's darkest rabbit hole insists Warner succumbed to a slow-acting neurotoxin whose early symptoms mimic fatigue before shutting down the respiratory reflex, making a drowning look natural.
now when I'm looking into the story, like black survival in and of itself is black excellence.
Because we've always had to supersede, do better, and more things have been put in our way to cross over.
Forensic toxicologists shrug. Such agents exist, but proving their presence requires deep panel tests. Costa Rican autopsies rarely order unless foul play is declared immediately. Amateur sleuths point to cafe security footage showing Warner looking glassy-eyed 6 hours before the swim. Others see nothing unusual. Without preserved vials for retesting, the toxin tail may eternally hover in limbo. Too macabre for easy belief, too tidy for outright dismissal. Within 24 hours of the tragedy, major outlets copy-pasted the same 3-sentence notice. Location, drowning, family privacy request. Deeper reporting stalled, a stark contrast to the months-long dissection of Natalie Wood's 1981 drowning. Some attribute the brevity to scandal fatigue, others whisper that legal letters cautioned networks against speculation, an unverified but persistent rumor.
And see, the thing about it, I don't ever look at it as a subset, I look at it as special. Because excellence, white people mediocre. Always have been. They don't have to try as hard. They don't have to, because somebody else will come clean it up. We've never had that luxury.
Whatever the cause, the vacuum left fertile soil for TikTok, Reddit, and Twitter storytellers to plant wilder seeds. Strip away the noise and you find a kid from Jersey City who lit up primetime America, then spent adulthood refusing to be boxed in. Through spoken word albums, television directing, mentorship of at-risk teens, and a podcast dedicated to dismantling stereotypes, Warner turned nostalgia into a megaphone for nuance. His career complicates the child star curse trope. He didn't implode, he evolved, building influence that didn't rely on rerun royalty checks. Influence is currency, and a threat, depending on who's counting. For all the swirling speculation, the mystery of Malcolm-Jamal Warner's final hours hinges on 3 stubborn voids in the record. The first involves comprehensive forensics. Without a US laboratory retesting preserved blood samples, or official confirmation that no samples were saved, the poison narrative can neither be proved nor decisively ruled out. The second gap is raw witness media.
We've always had to be twice, 10 times as good. So black excellence is better. It's just what it is. We just put black on it because it is. We've had to always be that. We've never, no matter what we've done, and even when we're better than them, they still will find a way to put somebody over us. That's just what it is.
Even a shaky 30-second phone clip could reveal whether Warner was conscious, whether he signaled for help, and whether the official timeline stands. The third blank spot concerns the paper trail behind Lifeguards staffing. Dispatch logs or funding memos explaining why Playa Cokel stood unmonitored that afternoon could expose mere bureaucratic neglect or something far less ordinary. Until these 3 absences are addressed, conjecture will keep filling the silence. A beach, a wave, and a headline that feels too clean. A podcast host waxing poetic on survival, then disappearing in saltwater. A family unwilling to file closure under acts of God, and an audience split between the comfort of Occam's razor and a century-sharpened distrust of tidy answers. Which camp holds the truth? Perhaps both. Rip currents kill without malice, systems silence without mercy. Sometimes fate and foul play collide so perfectly that even seasoned investigators struggle to pry them apart. So we put the question to you: was this a tragic accident, a deliberate orchestration, or that uneasy middle ground where chance and negligence intertwine? Share your thoughts below, but do it with the respect owed to a grieving daughter, a devastated partner, and a legacy bigger than any rumor mill. Rest in power, Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Your voice carries on, even through static. Love deep, question louder. Subscribe for more untold stories and leave a comment below on what you think.